Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, let me open by stating that violence against law enforcement officers is reprehensible. I condemn it in the strongest possible terms. Our brave law enforcement officers risk their lives every day to keep our communities safe. As lawmakers, we must have their back. At the same time, law enforcement officers who are acting outside the bounds of the law need to be held accountable. These bad actors undermine the good work that officers do and create distrust in our communities. We need to balance these needs so that we can stop the actions that are terrorizing our communities, families, and children. We need to ensure oversight, while at the same time, we need to provide our officers with the funding and tools they need to keep us safe. I am proud that 2 of my bills do this and have earned the endorsement of the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association testifying here today. One bill, the Leo Fair Retirement Act, would address the retirement cliff for law enforcement that helps prioritize recruiting and retaining officers. I have also prioritized bringing federal dollars back to my district to equip law enforcement ahead of the World Cup. Now, like most Americans, I was appalled by this administration's decision to pardon more than 1,500 violent criminals who took part in the January 6th attack on law enforcement and the American democracy. On January 6, 2021, law enforcement defended this building against a violent mob. 114 Capitol Police were beaten and assaulted. 5 officers tragically lost their lives. One of the officers who lost their life was New Jersey native Brian Sicknick. I am also very concerned by this administration's budget proposal, which seeks deep cuts to the FBI, AFT, and DEA agencies who keep guns and drugs off of our streets. These agencies are crucial partners to our state and local departments. The proposed cuts continue to a pattern of behavior of defunding the police by this president. In the past, the first Trump administration tried cutting cops and Burns JAG programs that help with community. In FY 2018, the administration budget sought an 11% to cut Burns JAG. The next year, it proposed completely eliminating the cops office and cut the COPS program by over 50%. Then in 2020, it again tried to erase the COPS office. I strongly oppose efforts to dismantle these key programs that keep police officers and the public safe. Let me just begin by asking Mr. Hughes, many of the guns that are used to shoot officers as well as community members were illegally possessed. We must do everything that we can to get illegal guns off of our streets. Unfortunately, the AFT is hamstrung in its ability to trace guns used in these crimes. I recently introduced the Crime Gun Modernization Act to bring AFT into the 21st century by allowing AFT to electronically trace fire guns used in crimes. Can you please explain how modernizing crime guns tracing would give law enforcement a key tool to keep officers and citizens safe?
Thank you, Congresswoman. Appreciate that and appreciate your support for enhancing federal law enforcement recruitment and retention, and that includes your leadership with the Law Enforcement Fair Retirement Act, which is a priority of FLEOA. The Gun Crime Tracing Modernization Act. Look, it's getting more sophisticated with guns, and we need to be looking at ways to track guns and see where these crimes are originating, where the guns are originating, and so forth. I know that we support a searchable nationwide way to be able to do this, to see where, to help identify trends, connect the dots, so to speak, on what's going on to make sure, especially with the ghost guns and things like that that are coming up, we have to be really careful here and ensure that we're protecting society from these dangerous guns.
Thank you, and thank you for your organization's endorsement of my bill. I really appreciate your support. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.